Covington elect you state's attorney. You are therefore to execute the said office justly, honestly, diligently, and faithfully, according to law, and hold the same for a term of 4 years, beginning on January 3rd, 2011, or until you shall be duly discharged therefrom. Given under my hand and seal, the Great Seal of Maryland, signed by Governor O'Malley and Secretary of State McDonough. Present that to you. Would you raise your right hand and repeat after me? I state your name.
I, Anthony Covington,
Do swear or affirm
do swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and I will be faithful
and that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of Maryland,
to the state of Maryland,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office
execute the office
of the state's attorney
of the state's attorney
according to the Constitution and laws of this state.
according to the Constitution and laws of this state.
Thank you. I'm going to make some remarks. And as I've promised over and over again, they will be brief. First, how did I end up here in Charles County? It's an ode to Leonard C. Collins, Jr., who brought me down here back in 1993. And I know that you presented Len with something here. I'm not going to go on and on and on about it. I have to so many people privately, and I've said some things publicly. But he has been a great servant, as his brother from another mother, I suppose, Reuben Collins, has said here, for 30 years. You know, it's not easy. I mean, Len Collins clerked for Judge Famia, and then he came to work in the state's attorney's office. And his entire legal career, that's what he did. And he did it without one hint of scandal, full of integrity, and aggressively prosecuted those people who did wrong in our community. And the community has been much better for it. And through all those years, let me tell you what he said during the campaign, which touched me, but really tells you what he is all about. Doesn't say anything about me, really. At some point, I forget where we were, Len said the most important thing that he can do for the state's attorney's office, the most important job that he had for all those 30 years, was making sure it was left in good hands. Now, he was referring to me, and I guess I could take that egotistically, but I don't. That reflects everything about the kind of public servant that he was. Always caring about the state's attorney's office, always caring at all times, focused for 30 years about what's the best for this county through the state's attorney's office. So, Len, I appreciate you. Good luck in everything that you're going to do, and Lord knows that I would not be here without a lot of help from him. Now, the state's attorney's office, my good friend, former assistant state attorney here in the county, said something that struck me, which maybe totally changed remarks that I was going to say. And that was that justice is the foundation of peace. You know, sometimes we forget this. Sometimes we forget, you know, the social contract, if you will, that everybody here in this room has bought into. And that is that we are going to put down vigilantism. We are not going to try to solve our own problems in our own way. We are going to leave it up to the government, if you will, the state's attorney's office, the courts, the judges, to seek justice. Not vengeance, but to seek justice for us. And that's really what the state attorney's office is all about. You know, the brother, the father, the nephew, whatever, of that poor rape victim out there, what do you think they want to do? What do you think they want to do? I know what I want to do if I was in that situation, but you don't do it. Why? Because we've submitted ourselves to law and order, and the state's attorney's office is the first line of that. And that's why this job is so important, and that's why I went to work for Alexander Williams back in 1991, a fantastic state attorney. And I've really been blessed as far as that's concerned. I work for Alex Williams, who's a great state's attorney himself, now a judge, and then for Len Collins. I would truly invest on that. That's what the state's attorney's office is all about, making sure that justice prevails so that peace somehow can, like an amoeba, just move out there very slowly so that peace can go throughout our entire community. And so I'm proud to be here standing now as your state's attorney. Now, how did I get here? I said I'm going to brief, so I'm going to get there very quickly. Let me talk about this campaign and those folks that helped me get here. You know, when I was a kid, I used to watch the Academy Awards. This is my Academy Award movie. I want to thank, and I want to thank, I want to thank. So let me start thanking some people. First of all, maybe the first person that signed up for this thing, and let me say something to you. For all of you who have not run for public office, this ain't no joke. Okay, it is a hard thing to do, all right? It's hard to put yourself out there. It's hard, you gotta have some thick skin. Now, first of all, let me thank all these, the politicians, elected officials, and some who were elected officials or didn't make it, whatever it is, because I found a camaraderie with all of them, whether we were running against each other or not. I see C.T. Wilson there, he was one, somebody called me every day. Of course, I haven't heard from him since he won, but that's a different story. All right? All right? I mean, there's a camaraderie there and keeping each other buoyed. I really greatly appreciate it. Deborah Davis, I see you shaking your head, and she's somebody else who we tried to stick together. So it's no joke. So you don't do this by yourself. One small part of it is the candidate, quite frankly. And the first person that signed up for me was Violet Simmons. I don't know if she remembers it or not. Okay, and Violet's been around for a long time, and thank you very much. I have to thank her. The second person with great, Paul Gregory, who you've seen his name everywhere. I think Paul, Violet was the first woman, Paul was the first guy to sign up, and Paul was the treasurer. So his name, think about this, his name was on every single piece of material that I had out there. So that meant something to me, means a lot to me. Karen Piper and Liz Theobald, they're the ones that made this thing happen, and I thank them greatly. I could never forget, never will forget, Rosemary Raymond and her husband Earl. They let us into their home every Saturday or whatever it was, and she did so much to help us out. I appreciate that. Reverend Robinson, where are you? B.L. Robinson, he's here. Let me tell you how much I appreciate his help. In case you don't know, he's a Charles County resident. His daughter is from Charles County, and she was running for judge up in Baltimore County, correct? And she won, yet and still he was still helping us out down here at the same time helping her out up there. So I really appreciate his sacrifice. Pat Devine, I know you tried to keep it low key, but Pat, we appreciate that. Now let me talk about the hardest working man in show business for a second here. That is a guy by the name of Ken Harden. Where you at? Where is he? Oh my goodness, Debbie Harden, his wife. This guy, you know, all I can say is I'm glad he volunteered, because in no way in the world anybody have enough money for all the time and effort that he put into everything. Ken, thank you very much for all your help. Ted Jones, he's here with in the back with his crew of young men who helped us all the time doing the hard labor, the car washes and loading wood and all that good stuff. There's somebody who's not here, Ruth Marshall. She started out very early on. I want to say her name, though she couldn't help us out towards the end because of family issues. Of course, Tiffany Rodenberger, Rachel Dombrowski. This is all the team that used to meet. There's Nathaniel Poon is here, after Mr. Poon's name. He helped us out. Dottie Bush, thank you very much. Had our first meet and greet, thank you so much. And there's Angela Jackson, Bernita Turner, who helped us out with all the stuff that you got tired of, all the flyers and all that you saw all over the place. So those are some of the people that I need to thank as far as this campaign is concerned.